Shalom, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors be to the apostles and others at Great Millstone who will well and tell us this 100% truth. Much peace and blessings be unto you, whole fool. Let us push not this word of thought, truth, and sincerity. To all you I can do say shalom. I'm coming in with a quick kick going to how the elect will be the nations over the earth, man. Alright, and that really starts off with the elect, because the whole nation of Israel will be in power. Yet the Lord has been establishing, his elect men on this side, right? Building them up. And look at the order, see how it being the Most High, Supreme Spirit over all existence. You have Yahweh Shai, His only begotten Son. Alright, you got King David, the apostles, the rest of 144,000 servants and prophets, right? The mountain of the Lord. So this is the book of 2 Samuel, the 23rd chapter, verse 3. The power of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of the Lord. Right, which we looked at that word, just. It goes into the Hebrew. It translates to the Hebrew word Tazayakwa. No, it's like it. Tazadayakwa. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the root word is from Strong's H6663. Tazadakwa, which means to be just, to be righteous, right, lawful, which those are the Lord's men, right, out here rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord, right. That's in the book of Judges, the 5th chapter, verse 11. It goes into how, they that are delivered, and they that are delivered, those first few words are italicized because we're referring to an elect remnant. They that are delivered from the noise of archers and the places of drawing waters. And we know that delivered from the noise of archers referring to the thermonuclear missiles. And we know that thermonuclear missiles, when they explode, they make a loud noise, right? A loud boom, a loud sound, right? In the place of drawing waters, which is, a thing, slaves do, because we're in captivity, we're in bondage, and that's in first and foremost America, aka Babylon the Great, and wherever else the elect have been scattered out, because we know the elect are not only comprised in this place, but comprised throughout the four corners of the earth, right? I'll pull out the book of Shabbat with me. I believe it was in Ezekiel. There's plenty of precepts, though. I'll just pull out the book of Jeremiah, the 29th chapter. It's a beautiful chapter too. Actually, verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. An expected end, because from all the turmoil, all the atrocious, the atrocious history that we have, all the crap we went through, that's not an expected end. The Lord's going to give us something better to compensate. The kingdom, that's our expected end. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And we already know that only pertains to the elect. Niggas and masses of our people, they're not going to get it. They don't call upon the Lord. They don't go and pray unto Him. They don't hearken unto Him. And you got, what's it called? Some of these guys out here, which, the 2/3, ultimately, they may know the names and whatnot, but, their heart's far from the Lord, right? What's it called? They may be prideful. If they do pray, they pray, vain things like, damn, Lord, thank you for making me the best. Like, that's not helpful. You have to be humble, right? There's a precept in the book of Proverbs 1 of how humility gives riches life. By humility gives riches in life. Roughly paraphrase. I'm going to have to actually pull that one out. So this is the book of Proverbs, the 22nd chapter, verse 4. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life. A lot of these suitors out there that are just prideful, which that's going off. That's a sin right there, because we all know going back to Sirach. It goes into how pride is the beginning of sin, correct me if I'm wrong. to depart from one's maker. And that's the Lord Yahweh Bashmel Shai, our Lord power, right? What's it called? Digressing back to Jeremiah, the 29th chapter, verse 13, and ye shall seek me, and ye shall find me when ye shall search me with all your heart. Yeah, that goes into the elect, right? And I will be found of you, saith the Lord power, and I will be really your Lord Yahweh. That's the true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. And I will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all the nations. All the nations was the keyword right there. And from all the places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashmel Rashai, and I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive. Right? So we be delivered, we be gathered from all the places we've been scattered to. All right, even Matthew the 24th chapter goes into that around verse 30 and 31. Going to how his angels shall, go out to the four corners. Four corners referring to the directions of the compass. Four directions to gather his elect on what chariots, man. But, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, it conjures the 5th chapter, verse 11. So, they that are delivered from the noise of archers. The noise of archers referring to these missiles. Archers referring to the men, activating those missiles to launch. Giving out the launch codes. Turning the key, pressing the red button. They're in the place of drawing waters. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts, which that word rehearse means to practice out. Practice makes perfect. We're just practicing. This is the training grounds. You can't be a true God, a true judge, knowing both good and evil and executing, a judgment 100% righteously and accurate. Right? If you don't take the first step in rehearsing the righteous acts, And same thing goes for the left-hand side too. That's why we're in this state in the first place. All this philosophy, all this wickedness, so we can know it, be able to discern better in judgment. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. Which righteous acts referring to the law, right? The ways of righteousness, that tree of life. But going back to 2 Samuel, the 23rd chapter. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashmel Shai. And we know that Esau ain't just. He's unjust. All right, there is no balance in him. He's an abominable man. He lays sentences like crazy for simple things. But that goes to show you how the heathen don't have that wisdom, that heavenly wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That Israel, starting off what the elect have. Right, going back to Deuteronomy the 4th chapter, it goes into how the law, statutes, which our power gave us, those are wisdom and understanding, in the sight of the nations, which, magnifies. Right? That law magnifies, man. What's it called? And see that law that we have, law, statutes, commandments, right? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that order comes from heaven. Right? It's that heavenly wisdom which was given unto us. Our wisdom coming from the Lord. That goes back to the prologue in Sirach. Also, another precept going into how the Lord is the power of knowledge. All right, the Lord's the power. The Lord Yahweh is the power over everything, man. He was meditating on that stuff. Think about all that time he spent alone just meditating. All right, this goes like that. How would this be able to be carried out? And he was always here, man. So meditating about a lot of things. Also, a precept that came to mind was in the book of Psalms, 147th chapter, if I'm correct. Going back to that law, which is given to us from the Lord. Psalms 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob. Again, Jacob being an interchangeable term or title for the nation of Israel. Right, we're known as Jacob, Israel, Jeshurun, Jerusalem, daughter of Zion, Samaria, Judah, Jerusalem, right? The sons of God, right? Israelites. Those are all our titles, man. He showeth his will unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. See, the same person, not a singular individual, but referring to it's really plural, referring to a nation. He had not dealt so with any nation. So, I was bringing it out, but King Hammurabi, he ain't got nothing on the wisdom, because he's a heathen. He wasn't blessed with that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He wasn't blessed with able to discern how to properly execute judgment. One thing about the heathen is that they rely on human pragmatism, which I was looking at that word pragmatism. I'm gonna pull it out. No, that's not helpful. Pragmatic. Definition for pragmatic: dealing with things sensibly and realistically in a way that is based on practical rather than theoretical considerations. Right, and that's on what's it called, the human sense, man. What's it called, in the sense that, I want this, I want that, because what's it called, one thing about being in this flesh is they're all about desire. What's it called, we may have logic, but we may not always apply it. And that's what the heathen do. They only apply off how they feel, rather than do it off what's it called, divine wisdom. He not dealt with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise be the Lord. Right? So Esau don't got that wisdom. The heathen don't got that wisdom. Esau be handing out sentences like crazy. I'm gonna pull out the book of Habakkuk, the first chapter, actually. Verse 1, actually. Habakkuk 1:1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Or dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. And we look at that word that, and there are that raise up strife and contention. That word that, quote unquote, that is italicized. It's referring to Esau Edom, who does raise up strife and contention. That's all he does. Look at that word strife in the Google. He goes into angry or bitter disagreement over fundamental issues, conflict. That's all Esau does, man. Freaking all it does is war. War this, war that, and war the third. The war on terror. Offers what? Guns, oils, and drugs, which are his G-O-D, his God. One of the icons going to that. His God, guns, oils, and drugs. That's how he's fat. That's how he's rich. That's how he prospers. That's how he profits. Which we know that'll end, very soon. Right, going back to Job, the 20th chapter, in its sufficiency and in its fullness, the Lord shall smite, those missiles upon him. However, contention means heated disagreement and dissension, especially when maintaining an argument. That's all Esau does. Here in the CSB, I'm not sure you pronounce that one. I'm not sure what CSB stands for, but the CSB translation of the scripture, it reads, why do you force me to look at injustice? Yeah, justice. Why do you tolerate wrongdoing? Yeah, because the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, right? I forget one of his other titles. His eyes are purer than to behold evil, to probably paraphrase, something along those lines. So yeah, why does the Lord, tolerate this wrongdoing? That's basically what Becky is saying. Oppression and violence are right in front of me. Strife is ongoing and conflict escalates. Right? And this damn devil ain't quitting either. Revelation, the 12th chapter, verse 12, going to how, Esau knows that he has but a short time. Wherefore he's coming here with great wrath. Right? If this damn devil ain't nothing but a destructor. I believe it was Revelation 11th chapter or somewhere around there. It goes to how there was no destroy. They had destroyed the earth. They had destroyed the earth, referring to Esau Edom. Also, Revelation the 6th chapter, I believe it was verse 2 or 4, going to how that red horse, given that power. That red horse referring to Esau Edom. We all know this damn devil's red, born red, because his blood is see-through, basically. I digress. Verse 4, therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, compass me in the surround. Doth compass about the righteous, therefore law and judgment proceedeth. And the CSB reads, this is why the law is ineffective and justice never emerges. For the wicked restore the righteous. Yeah, the wicked restore the righteous because, you can't be something that you're not. Esau's the wicked, so he can't be righteous. Hey, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth. That's in the book of Proverbs, the 29th chapter. I believe it was verse 16 or so. For the wicked restore the righteous, therefore justice comes out perverted. Which perverted doesn't mean to be what's it called, a peeping Tom. No, the old definition for what a pervert was to break the law, go off. Perverted, definition 2, of a thing having been corrupted or distorted from its original course, meaning or state. Unnatural. It wasn't until recently when it would pertain to what's it called, peeping Tom stuff. Right? The law is slacked. So this damn devil in him. Esau thinks he's him, but he's not him. We're him. I'm him. The Lord will, actually. Lord will. And that's why we're the hopefully elect, because we hope to be prisoners of hope. We're imprisoned with the mentality of hoping. Sirach, or aka Ecclesiasticus, as it is written. Sirach, the 10th chapter, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Exactly. And you don't see Esau's government well ordered. They are corrupt. Right? So Esau ain't no wise judge. He's not a prudent man. He's none of that. He's a wicked, foolish man. His tongue has been slipping, against him, for the past several years, man. You see that first and foremost since what's it called, them C-19 times. All right, with Dr. Fauci. He says one thing, and then what's it called, the month later, or like a couple years later, like a few months ago, he says something completely different than what he originally stated several years ago. I'm not gonna go into what he said. I'm not gonna go into what he, was said in detail, because I don't want this video to get straight. But it had something to do with that serpent juice, which we know for a fact. What's it called? Going back to Psalms, the 5th chapter, if I'm mistaken, verse 6 or so. It goes into how this damn devil's a liar. That's one of his traits, and we know the Lord hates a liar. It's an abomination unto him. There wasn't a freaking strike Esau, down to the ground. Thus saith the scriptures. Really, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And that's really prophecy. Esau getting, beat down. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach. I'm not sure you pronounce it, the proper pronunciation. Sirach or Sirach. Look into that. Chapter 10, verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And you don't fucking see that. Because again, this verse is going into, you can tell a king by its people. And you see how the people are? Sedition, crackheads. You go to freaking LA, man. That's like shit telling USA right there. That shit telling USA. Same thing for New York, Atlanta, all these metropolitan areas. You got a bunch of freaking low-life cowards, a bunch of goddamn demons, high-level demon activity. And you got a lot of these protests, LGBTQ. That tells you who Esau is. He's a freaking, he's a clown. He's a damn devil. And that's why we can't wait for Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai to, basically give that great reset. Esau talking about on that economic forum, or whatever you call it. You talking about what's it called? World. I'm not sure what's that organization called. I forget. But they be talking about how they're ready for that next global reset. We know the next global reset is through Yahweh Shai. And you heathen nations don't have a part of that. Actually, you will, but as slaves. So you won't have a part in the top class, because the only top class there will be is the nation of Israel. All EMS will be in the low class. Hey, that's your gospel, man. The gospel for you 17 heathen nations. For you 17 nations. Because there's 18 nations in total, excluding one, which is a nation of Israel. The 17 rest of you guys, your gospel is slavery. So yeah. 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people. And that you've been seeing that, man. You've been seeing that. Hell, what's it called? Since what's it called? Colonial times, man. Or not colonial times, but during industrialization times. And what's it called? So not colonial times, industrial times. You had a government trying to expand, industrially speaking, and he may take lands, of his own kind. Some lower level Edomites, he may take their lands through force. And they have to lose their land unwillingly. Hell, they may lose their lives. Right, in the process of Esau trying to, the government trying to claim certain lands. Same thing with the SK19 crap. We've been saying that, with the 50s, the organ gun, if you will. So Esau's nothing but a goddamn destroyer. And see, that's a wicked move to do. Lawful murders, and we know the scripture is going to thou shalt not kill, which really means thou shalt not murder, because you have to look into the Hebrew of things. So we know you're through, man. You're through and through. You're trying avoid accountability. Well, eventually that's gonna catch up to you, man. Eventually that's gonna catch up to you. And unless king destroyeth this people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And that's through us. We'll be the one to be an authority, one to say shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. Again, going back to Daniel the 4th chapter, verse 17, the Most High ruleth in the kingdoms of men, and he giveth it to whomsoever he will. Because again, the king has in the hand of the Lord, as in the book of Proverbs, the 21st chapter, verse 1. So in a due time, he will set over it one that is profitable, and that starts out with Yahweh Shai. And then you got, his elect man, the man of the Lord, as joint heirs. All right, but you see why Yahweh Shai is not the king of kings or the lords is because look at that definition for king of kings. It means a king that rules over lesser kings, which that we will be, right? It will be lesser kings under Yahweh Shai. Joint heirs, but just lesser. Right? So, and that's the hope, man. Us being set up in your stead. That's also a precept, man. I'm going to pull that out. Because right now we're the tail and Esau's the head. And so are all these other nations. They have a part in beating us down. Well, we know that the righteous will be put in the wicked stead. Right? Prosperity, things of that sort. And the wicked will be in our stead. Hey, all you people will suffer, double than what we had to go through. This is the book of Proverbs, 11th chapter. The righteous, 11th chapter, verse 8. The righteous are delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. And what is troublesome? And all the crap we have to go through. This whole captivity is troublesome, man. Ain't no rest here. If it is rest, you're a coon. You're a clown. You're asleep, and you're not gonna be delivered because, if you're asleep and you're committed to the ways of this place, you consider this your paradise. Well, you all know what happened. What will happen? Destruction be upon you, because we're supposed to set our affection on things above. Seek ye the kingdom, man. Right, so the righteous is delivered out of trouble, and ultimately that refers to that great destruction as well. Right, that's a troubled thing. That's a troublesome thing. And the wicked cometh in his stead, which we look to that word stead. I'm gonna pull that out. Bear with me. Stead. Slakia. Okay. And the Google. The place or rule that someone or something should have fulfilled, right? So you're gonna be in our position, and we'll be in yours. We're gonna be that high position. You're gonna be in that low position, basically, in layman's terms, right? I'll put out another precept. Proverbs, the 29th chapter, verse 2. When the righteous are on authority, the people rejoice, man. Exactly. Because we know that after 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, Hey, the heathen will go back to the lands, and they're gonna be at peace too. The kingdom's gonna be peaceful under us, man. They're gonna be drink actual pure water, things of that sort. Breathe pure air. Yeah, they still have to serve us, they're servants, but it'll be better than how they were under Esau, Edom. This goddamn devil's nothing but a destroyer, destroying the earth. And the heathen too, when they're in the power, they be fucking up everything too. All that contamination in the ocean and China's seas. Or look at Arabia with their what's it called, the man-made islands and whatnot. All that is pollution, and pollution is a harmful contaminant to us, man, the earth. And look at these bodies, man. We're so plagued with all these microplastics and whatnot, forever chemicals. We're not gonna take these bodies with us regardless, man. And that's just one of the many reasons to why we're not gonna take them, because this body is freaking contaminated. We're gonna be transformed into a twinkling of an eye. So our spirits, they're still gonna, transfer over to a new body. But it's not gonna be like getting killed, like the 2/3. All right. When they get burned up in that fire. All right, but we'll be changed. Because they also got a spiritual tabernacle too, in the spirit realm, right? Like the Apostle Tar was going to, transferring of spirits, man. There's no such thing as death, only sleep, transferring the spirit, from this body to a better body. And we're also going to be transferred to a better body, a spiritual body mid-air. But that's for another lesson. The people rejoice, but when the wicked bear through, the people mourn. Hell, that's why you have all this goddamn sedition, man. See, so Esau ain't no true leader. And Jake out here that support Esau, Edom will be to you too, because he's going back towards the 30th chapter. We're actually chapter 31. These two chapters, they're both pop. I'm just gonna pull out the. Actually, I said the 31st chapter, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Right, Egypt, which we know America's like in the spiritual Egypt. Revelation 11 chapter, he goes into how I believe it was verse 8. He goes into how what's it called, spiritual Sodom in Egypt. And this place like in the Sodom and Gomorrah too. Sodom for its perverseness. There's a lot of sodomy in this place. A bunch of fucking sodomites. And also, Egypt for its bondage, man. Because we're in captivity. Captivity meaning to be, confined. Confined to what? Esau's, regulations. The authority of the heathen. We're not sovereign. If we're not sovereign, we're captives, man. If you don't see that, then, it sucks to be you. Really, it sucks to be you, because we know the wicked. There's truth that's out here. The Stockholm syndrome, which means to love your oppressor. Yeah, you guys have a part in that fight with Esau, Edom. Right. All right. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses, and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not to the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. And we know the Lord has better in store for us if we follow Him. And that's why it's a thing of faith, the faith which is that drive between you and Yahweh Shemel Shai. Without faith, you cannot please Him, man. But I'm going to continue on with the scriptures. I'm going to end it off in the book of I believe it was Revelation, the 2nd chapter. Bear with me. Alright, this is the book of Revelation, the 2nd chapter, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Which in the CSB it reads, the one who conquers and who keeps my works to the end. Right, the end referring to when the Lord comes back. I will give him authority over the nations, man. Now, how hard is that? How beautiful is that? How raw is that? That's great, man. the power or right to give orders, make decisions, and enforce obedience, which we know going back to Isaiah the 2nd chapter. Hey, the heathen shall come up to us, and we shall judge among the nations, right? Execute proper judgment. You have a Moabite out here asking, my wife committed adultery, what should we do? You already know what to do, man. What's it called? Applying the scriptures, man. You already know what to do. My daughter hit me, out of anger and a fit. Well, we already know what to do, man. What's it called? This dude willfully broke the Sabbath. You already know what to do, man. And he will rule them with an iron, CSB. And he will rule them with an iron scepter, and he will shatter them like pottery. Verse 27 in the KJV reads, and he shall rule them with the rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received in my Father. So having complete power, that power. I'm going to end off the book of Matthew, actually. 5th chapter, verse 19. And there's a long lesson. I wanted to be a quick hit. Really, that's with the Spirit. Matthew, the 5th chapter, verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these commandments and shall teach men, so he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. And that's for all, what? Eternity. God damn. For all eternity, man. And how great is that? Right? And that's for all eternity. That status, it don't dwindle, it don't go away like trends do. Oh, that's so yesterday. Oh, that's so like 2010. Oh no, it's gonna be out for eternity, man. In quintillion years, Akim. In quintillion years, you'll still be as famous as you were quintillion years ago. And how great is that? But I'm gonna right there, Akim. But who's gonna find lesson to the next?